25. Taos, New Mexico. In the distance place of Taos, New Mexico, you can pick up some kind of sound in the distance. You could compare it to the sounds of an old distant diesel motor. The mysterious thing is that people can hear the sounds, but various sound detection devices are unable to pick it up. Do you have any idea what it could be? Let me know in the comment. 24. Jack the Ripper. The name Jack the Ripper has been heard in many shows and movies, pertaining to the serial killer who murdered 11 women in London's East End in the late 1800s, but was never identified. Most of his victims were working in the red light district, whose bodies were mutilated beyond recognition and their throats slashed. 23. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript was written in a language that men for the centuries have tried to decode, without result. The only idea anyone has of the origin of this book are the drawings found on various pages. The book talks about botanically, astronomically, biological, cosmological and pharmaceutical recipes. Maybe it could even help us in the future? 22. Kryptos. Just outside the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, you will behold a statue that has coded encryptions on its surface. This very captivating sculpture was created by Jim Sanborn to show that everything can be resolved and decoded with the use of patterns and clues. Of the 4 inscription sections that were included, only the first 3 have been cracked. But the 4th? Not even the brilliant minds in the CIA were able to get to the bottom of it. Are you up to the challenge? 21. Bermuda Triangle. Known as the Bermuda Triangle, this legendary expanse of ocean can be found between the points of Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Pilots often tell of their instruments going wild, and also many ships have disappeared at sea. There are numerous explanations from gas bubbles to aliens. No one is sure what is behind this strange phenomena. Whatever it is, I will not be the one to find out. Nevertheless, neither commercial airlines nor boats avoid the area. 20. Shepherd's Monument's Inscription. In Staffordshire, England, there is a special sculpture that was built 250 years ago. This sculpture has gotten a lot of attention through the years, because there is a mysterious inscription on it. It reads now Vave. The monument still does not has given his secret to the world. Until this moment people are trying to understand the writing. Will we ever decode the message? 19. Georgia Guidestones. Also known as the American version of Stonehenge. Located in Elbert County is the Georgia Guidestones, which is surrounded by mystery. The strange thing is, it was built in 1979. On the wall of the stones you will find the 10 New Commandments. What makes it so special? It is written in English, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, Russian, and Spanish. Nobody really knows why, or for who they were meant. Maybe they are meant for the next civilization after we are all long gone? 18. Tamam Shud. An unidentified man was found dead on Somerton Beach, located in Adelaide, Australia in 1948. In his pocket, investigators found a note with the words Tamam Shud. Experts found a link to a book, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, only to find out that the words mean finished or ended. Why would anyone write this down? What does he mean with it? And most of all, who is this guy? It is assumed that he was some kind of spy, or was he just a man who wanted nobody to know who he is, to go in silence? That last part is one thing that did not happen. 17. The Zodiac Killer. In the 1960s and 1970s, there was a killer at large in the San Francisco Bay, targeting couples who had gone out of town for some privacy. He got famous by writing letters to the police and press. These letters were written in code and earned him the name Zodiac Killer. It was thought by breaking these letters the killer could be captured. But that never happened. Only one letter was decoded and had a shocking message. Nobody knows who he is and where he went after the killing just stopped. 16. Rongorongo tablets. Almost as mysterious as the Easter Islands themselves with the Moai stones. On the island were also a couple of stone tablets discovered, called the Rongorongo tablets. Even today, these tablets were never deciphered. The big question is, will the Rongorongo tablets explain why there were huge huts scattered around the Easter Islands? For now, nobody knows what happened on the island. 15. The Black Dahlia Murder. 22-year-old Elizabeth Short was very busy to get the attention she needed to get into the showbiz. But fate had other plans. She got murdered and nobody knows to this day why Elizabeth Short had been killed. There were flyers made with the text, "Someone knows who killed her." This murder wouldn't be that special. Wouldn't it be for the fact that the killer mutilated her body beyond recognition? 14. The Legend of Bigfoot. Everybody knows the stories of Bigfoot. Is the legend true? The gorilla-slash-human-looking and walking creature is supposed to live in the snowy mountains of the United States and Canada. The real mystery is, why are there so many people who claim to have seen a real Bigfoot? Do you believe in their existence? Let me know in the comment box below. 13. The Loch Ness Monster. The story that baffles many people for a long time. Is the Loch Ness Monster real or just fiction? Through the years, there have been numerous sightings, pictures and videos. Can this be true? Is there still a monster in the sea that could be a descendant from the dinosaurs? Even today there are claims of sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. Do you believe it could be true? 12. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is one of the structures in England that is surrounded by mystery. How could they make this? That question has already been answered. But some questions remain. Why did they build this? What could be the reason? I think just because they could. What are your thoughts regarding Stonehenge? 11. Shroud of Turin. Is this the imprint of the face of Jesus Christ of Nazareth? That has been one of the main focuses of the Christian researchers. Contains the shroud really the face print of Jesus Christ of Nazareth? Until this has been found out, this will keep being a mystery. 10. Extraterrestrials. Everybody knows E.T. Also there are many movies made about aliens. There are enough people that claim to have been abducted or have seen extraterrestrial life on our planet. That's why we have put it on number 10 in our top 25. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? Leave a comment. I'm looking forward to see what you guys think. 9. The Lost City of Atlantis. The city of Atlantis has been the fascination of a lot of people. Plato described a beautiful city where mermaids and mermaids lived. It was seen as the capital of Neptune. It is thought that Plato just heard the story along the way of his many journeys. Also he stated that the city was in his prime state. Unfortunately legend says that the city has sunk into the deep. Nevertheless certain objects are found in the depths. What could belong to the once beautiful city of Atlantis? 8. D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper is the only man to ever successfully hijack a plane. He hijacked a Boeing 727 and demanded $200,000 ransom. When he successfully made the transaction he deliberately jumped out of the plane with a parachute to be never heard from again. This is the only case of its kind. Would you jump out of a commercial plane for $200,000? 7. Severed Foot Beach in British Columbia. It is not uncommon for bodies to wash up on the beaches. But for one beach in British Columbia, severed feet have been consistently floating ashore. This already goes on for the past several years, causing numerous theories to be put forth. The question remains, where are these limps coming from? 6. The wow signal. Jerry R. Emmon was working on the SETI project of the Ohio Wesleyan University's Perkins Observatory. What happened next, he wouldn't forget, nor many other people around the world. He picked up a radio signal supposedly from deep space. He was able to get a 72-second recording from the constellation Sagittarius. Unfortunately, he was never able to pick it up again. To this day, nobody really knows where this signal was coming from. The name WOW came from Jerry's writing on the margin of the printout. 5. Nazca lines. One of the most fascinating lines on the face of the earth are created by the Nazca civilization. They made various things, as sharks, orcas, flowers, monkeys and spiders. This is quite unique, because there was no way for them to see their work from the skies. 4. Lal Bahadur Shastri. Lal Bahadur Shastri, former Minister of India, left his country in good health, only to die from a heart attack, away from home. It is claimed by the doctors, and also by his wife, that he was in top condition and that it made no sense. His wife also made an association to Tashkent Pact, upon signature, gave the chance for him to be poisoned. Unfortunately, there was no way to check it, because there was no post-mortem diagnosis. Every assumption that could be answered were taken into his grave. 3. Mackenzie Poltergeist, in Greyfriars. Should you ever go to England? There is a town called Edinburgh with a famous poltergeist tour. People who join the tour claim to experience bruises, scratches, and some even faint when they see the Black Mausoleum where Sir George Mackenzie lies. Or could this all be for the show? Only one way to find out. 2. SS Ourang Medan. The SS Ourang Medan, or Man from Medan, is surrounded by mystery. Maybe even one of the most mind-blowing mysteries. It all started with the SOS message in 1947. The message was that the captain has died and also the whole crew. What makes it even more obscure is that the telegrapher died during the transmission of the message. The Silver Star received the distress message and went to inspect the ship, only to conclude that everyone has died on board of the SS Ourang Medan. Since that day, speculations of ghosts, hazardous chemicals, and even aliens have been suggested. Nobody knows what happened and probably we will never find out. 1. The aluminum wedge of Aiud. Romania 1974, workers discovered 3 different objects 10 meters deep. 2 items were prehistoric elephant bones. These bones were dated back to 2.5 million years ago. But the 3rd item was special. It was an aluminium wedge. This wedge was found together with the ancient bones. What makes this discovery so special? It baffled researchers, because even by 19th century standards, it is difficult to create an aluminium wedge. As always, some people believe this is evidence for aliens. Also, it is called a hoax. Whatever it is, we may never know.